SoftBank has sold about $17 billion worth of Alibaba stock. Is this a red flag or should you keep buying? Keep watching for the next few minutes as I take you through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. Named as the Amazon of China, Alibaba is still a strong e-commerce platform throughout the world. But the problem is that Amazon has stepped into other industries such as cloud services and media as well, whereas Alibaba is limited to e-commerce sales profits, which has reached its limits already. The latest revenue report showed that for the first time in 2 decades, their revenue growth was negative. But don't lose hope just yet. A top analyst has suggested that Baba is moving in the right direction. He said that despite getting negative revenue growth, the company has exceeded many expectations and in 2023, the Alibaba stock should prove bullish. Stating this, he gave a price target of $135 for the stock. But to analyze it for ourselves, let's head straight into the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1 day chart for the Baba stock. As always, we'll first analyze the 1 day chart, then the 1 hour chart, and to end off, we'll get into the 5 minute chart. Now, right off the bat, you guys can see that there are two important levels over here. The first one would be this resistance at somewhere around $107. The next one would be the support somewhere around the $86, $87 range. As you guys can see that this support range acted over here around 1st August, then somewhere around here on 10th August. Then it built up to this support over here at 24th August. Then we got resisted somewhere around the $105, $107 range. Then we got supported over here as well, again around the $88, $87 range. And the current price for the stock is $94.69. If we were to take a look at the long-term trend, we can clearly see that Baba is in a bearish trend, right? As you guys can see, we've been in a bearish trend ever since 2020, right? Ever since the big market crash happened, we have lost about, I'd say, $240, $230 in value, right? It's about 70, 80% down from that level. And as you guys can see, the bearish trend just doesn't seem to go away, right? We made a low over here, like this was our lowest recent point at $73.12, right? Somewhere around there. Then we tried to recover and we're kind of recovering, but we're not able to make a higher high as such, right? As you guys can see, we made a high point over here right after that crash, which was $124, I would say. And we did try to cross it, but we fell by a large amount. And after that, we haven't been able to recover. Now, if we talk about my price prediction and analysis for the stock, I personally would not buy this as a long-term investor, right? Because I personally look at stocks that I can hold for at least 2 or 3 years before selling. But this stock is good for swing traders and positional traders because as you guys can clearly see, we are in for a short-term bull run. So if you want to score like 20-30% of a profit, you can definitely get in at this point. Not financial advice. As you guys can see, we did get supported from this level, and if we were to do a trend continuation from here, we would probably get back to this resistance zone right between this level of $107 and $124. So if we were to buy right now over here, then as you guys can see, it can be somewhat of like a 10 to 15 to 20% profit. You can use a stop loss, like if I were you, I would use a stop loss over here at the $86 range. So that would be about an 8 to 16% ratio, right? That would be a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, which makes up for a pretty good swing trade. If we were to talk about my prediction for 2023, I personally believe that the stock probably won't be able to break this resistance over here at $124, right? I believe that it will definitely challenge it over here around November. But as we build up towards November, the earnings estimate is about 1.645 per share and the revenue is $30.452 billion. If we beat those numbers, definitely the stock might break this resistance. But until then, I personally don't believe that any technical factors indicate that we'll be able to break this. With that being said, now let's jump into the 1 hour chart and analyze the stock in a bit more detail. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1 hour chart for the stock. And right off the bat, you guys can see that for the past few trading sessions, well, this is where we took support, right? We made somewhat of a double bottom, then we picked up pace, right? So I would probably mark this level as well. This is $87.8, right? As you guys can see, it has made a double bottom over here, and then we were pretty much squeezing into this range. We got volatility over here on 7th September, and then After that, we picked up pace. As you guys can see, on 8th September, after a small sell-off, we did get into a gap down, but after that, the market was pretty much positive. After that, as you guys can see, some sell-off over here, we got a gap up because the last candle obviously was green. The next day, the situation was kind of confusing, I would say, right? We did get a bullish trend. We got a pullback, pretty normal up until here, right? Then we got a pin bar candle over here, after which I personally did not believe that 12th would be, a gap up. But leaving all things aside, as you guys can see, the pre-market has opened at $93.23, which is like really low from this current level of $94. It's about 1.5% lower than that level. It was kind of expected because as you guys can see, we did get a buying spree, then a small pullback, inside candle, and the inside candle usually shows that there is indecision in the market. So it could have gone anyway, right? It could have gone either bullish or bearish, and it decided to go bearish. Now, if I were to mark an important level, as you guys already know that this level seems to be very important because we made a top over here, 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 and here. So this would be somewhere around the $95 level, right? $94.8, $94.75. Keep this level in mind while you trade today. And the next level, or rather the support, would be down here somewhere around, I would say, $92. With that being said, let's analyze the chart in more detail in the 5-minute chart. Now we're in the 5-minute chart for the stock, and on 12th September, as you guys can see, the bears tried to make an engulfing candle over here, but they failed, after which the stock got into a bullish trend, right? We got into somewhat of a short-term bull run. We got up by about 2.24%. Right after that, we touched this level and fell down. This is the level where we took support, right? So let me mark that real quick, around the 93.5 $93.6 range. After that, as you guys can see, the market was pretty much sideways during the midday with a slight touch of a bullish trend. We did get resisted over here again. We did get a pin bar candle over here, which indicated a bearish, short-term bearish movement, and it did turn out to be true. After that, as you guys can see, somewhat of a bullish move, right? Small pullback, bullish move, resisted, and we ended the day off over here. If I were to draw out a few scenarios for 13th September, I would probably say that, well, the stock might, touch this resistance over here and go down again, and it would probably come down to the support at $92. If it breaks the support, that's, well, a really bad thing for the stock. If it does not, then it might challenge this support and break it again. Now, if we talk about the probabilities, I personally believe that it will continue a bullish trend right until it reaches the $107, $108 resistance. So I am pretty bullish on the stock for the short term, right? I believe that it can turn into a good swing trade. So if the buyers taken over here after that support, we might break this $93.6 resistance, and after that we'll again break this $94.81 resistance probably tomorrow, or it can be today as well. And once that gets broken, we'll probably retest it as a support, and then we might pick up pace towards the $108 level. But then again, remember that this is not financial advice and just my own opinion, so make sure that you trade after doing your own research. If you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. Subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for more such videos, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.